one more thing before I go. So to kind of rehash on that, I know that he mentioned Astro, that he was talking about as far as like the cover calls and the way that you can do it, as far as putting it in a way to where you can make some additional money. So I get that part. I didn't mention it in the video, but I thought about that shit. And I had to add that in here because I didn't want to make it seem like I was fucking saying that he was like basically just telling people to sell. But we all know what the fuck it is. I'm not retaking back none of my shit. I said what I said. But the point is that he was saying that you can make more money on the side while still having your shares. So I get that part. But what he's failing to not realize is that there's certain people that don't know how to do certain things, or who are not willing to just do those type of things to complicate it, because any fucking things can happen, whether you're doing type of fucking calls or whether you're fucking doing, puts or whatever, bro. You can win and lose on both sides. And with that type of shit, you can also jeopardize your fucking shares. There are certain people that won't even take that chance. They'll fucking be like, you know what, I'm gonna just hold on to what I got, and that's it, And that's what I have an issue with. And it's like the way that he said it, like, oh, we're idiots for not trying to make some extra money or money that we could have made. How do you know that we weren't making money in different shit any fucking way on the side of still having AMC? Like, there could have been other options or other different plays or other stocks or whatever that we could have got into. Like, how do you know that? Like you're singling out one thing and being like, well, this is an example, like pure and clear, like you could have made this. I'm like, yeah, but certain people didn't. And I think that you even mentioned that there were certain things that involving that on what you said that you didn't do either. So I get that. But you failing to realize that just because of the fact that we didn't do that with our AMC doesn't mean that we didn't make money in other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we mad at. We're all in this fucking play, and we're all trying to make money. We're all trying to make life-changing money for our family, and to be able to get out of this fucking corrupt ass system and actually make a difference, and to try to change the stock market. Even that in itself is going to take a long ass time. But in the meantime, we gotta, like I said in my other videos, we gotta live life. We got other shit that we gotta do. But you assuming, based on, I don't know who you talking to and when you getting your information from, for you to make what you make. But for you to sit up here and call us idiots for being like, oh, well, that was an opportunity right there that you could have made money. Like, you guys are complaining. That's, you being idiots. Cut that shit out, bro. You still could have, at the end of the fucking day, you still could have said what you said without making a remark and insulting us. You still could have said what you said. And even then, even if people could have took it and agreed with you or not, or chose not to fuck with you, that would have been their decision. Like I said, you have freedom of speech. You can say what you want to say and you can say how you feel. But when you disrespect it, that's the point. That's the point that I have an issue with. So, before anybody comments and be like, oh, well, he didn't really say sell your shares or, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? He's talking about the cover calls and how you can, do all of that. Yeah, but I ain't trying to hear that shit. Stop trying to fucking sit up here and bash us because people are frustrated. People are fucking fed up. And your lifestyle is different from everybody, so you gonna automatically assume that We just out here putting all our frustrations on you. And that's why you coming out here saying what you saying, and you been like, well, here's a clear-cut example on how you could have went and done this and this and that, and these particular steps, you could have made some money. After the fact, first of all. Second of all, it's the fucking stock market, bro. Shit's not gonna always go the way that you want it to go. And an example that you put, that's all imaginary, bro. Some people may have like done certain shit like that to a T and may have gotten money doing it your way. There may have been people who did cover calls or whatever. And it may have worked for them, but that ain't gonna work for everybody. So for you to sit up here and make a video and be like, well, if you just would have done it this way, look at all the money that you could have made. That's all guessing too. At the end of the day, you're guessing. That's a fictitious number. Like, you know what I'm saying? That may or may not even fucking happened. So, but the fact that you're trying to put it in as being like as it's a fact. Like, had you have done this, this is what would have happened, bro. That's bullshit. Stop telling people that's what could have happened, so people can stop fucking with you or stop bashing you or stop saying shit about you, you know, or putting their frustrations on you. And I don't even think that if they are, I don't even think that it's really directed towards you. I think that it's just that people are just fucking fed up and just frustrated at the end of the day. But my issue with you is how you disrespect it. I ain't cool with that shit. So that's it. I wanted to fucking just kind of add that little piece because that part got left out in the video, and I didn't want to make it seem like I was fucking making it seem like he was trying to fucking tell people to sell. However, the way that people mix their fucking words up, bro, is that they try to make you feel like you didn't do enough or you didn't do certain shit a certain way to make money other than what we're already doing. How the fuck do you know that we're not doing that? How do you know that we're not working and we're not making extra income and we're just showing our frustrations because we're upset about the AMC? That ain't got nothing to do with our other lifestyle and other things that we're doing. It doesn't. So for you to assume that and just think that everybody's so AMC focused and we're mad because we're not making no money, that's just how it goes. The market is up and down, bro. It's unpredictable at all times. We don't know what it is. And for you to sit up here and be like, well, if you would have done this step by step, or if you had done it in a certain order or a certain way, that's what would have happened. Like, that's bullshit. You can't sit up here and predict that. And you didn't fucking do it either. So how the hell are you gonna sit up here and tell somebody else that that's what they should have done when you didn't fucking do it? That's the whole point. Like, I'm not listening to that. I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Like, all that wishy-washy back and forth shit, that shit's done. We need to be focusing on now, on the fucking present, on what's fucking going on right now. Stop going back and forth and trying to go back and be like, oh, we're talking about this shit and this is what you could have made. Bro, that shit passed. It is what it is. So now we're working with what we got right now. So you need to fucking talk about something else, bro. As far as this AMC shit, bro, as far as I'm concerned, you ain't part of this shit, bro. You're part of the fucking problem. Because now you insulting, you spreading fucking FUD. However it is you may want to see it, you may not see it that way, but that's the way that I'm fucking taking it, is that you sitting up here being negative. And I ain't got time for negative. And if we sit up here and we allow certain motherfuckers, not just him, like I said, dictate and try to sway us into a certain level of thinking and try to put us in a corner to where we're kind of like, oh man, now we're having, oh man, I should have sold. I've seen comments all about that shit, about people being like, man, had I known what I know, had I known what I know now, When it went 75, a lot of people be like, oh, man, if it was going to go all the way down like this, we would have sold. Right? I think anybody would have been at that point. Nobody fucking knew. Nobody knew that it was going to hit 72, 77 and come all the way back down. Nobody predicted that shit. So stop trying to make people feel bad for fucking holding on. You may not have fucking held. You may have had options. You may have made a whole bunch of fucking money. But that was you. Keep that shit to yourself. If you made your money, okay, cool, make your money. But don't try to fucking make other people feel bad for not doing what you did or what you're telling people to do. And you're calling them idiots for not doing that. Like, that's bullshit. That's the point that I'm getting across. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So you can call it however you want to. You can defend yourself and play the game and being like, you know what I'm saying? You don't see it that way, but that's what you're doing. You're still a young ass kid. You don't know what the fuck is going on, or maybe you do and you don't give a fuck and you're thinking you're just going to just try to, you know, grab whoever you can grab. But you need to understand this, that your audience is not little ass kids, bro. We're not young people. And a lot of people are not your age trying to figure shit out and get guidance from YouTubers. Other people, you know, we're grown ass men, bro. So, and everybody got to live with their decision making. But don't try to put somebody else down or turn your nose up at people because you felt that there was an opportunity out there and other people didn't take it. And so you feel like you're entitled to try to put somebody down in a way to where you're like, you could have made that. Here's an example right here. You could have done this. Yeah, we could have done it, but would it have worked in our favor at that time? We don't know. We don't fucking know. For any little piece on that chart or whatever you were trying to say in between any of those times where you said that somebody could have made money, that shit could have went complete left. And then what would have happened? You would have had a bunch of motherfuckers who would have lost more money trying to play that game because you're telling people to do that shit. Or this is what they could have done. You don't know. So stop, you know, that's the whole thing, bro. Like, I feel like people try to say not financial advice, but people try to tell people what to do when the whole purpose of this shit was simple. You buy and you hold. You wait for the MOASS, you get your money, whatever that means to you, and then you're done. And you move on to another play, and then you jump into something else. And you know what I'm saying? However long you want to do it. Or you buy some options or whatever the fuck you want to do. And exercise them or not exercise them and take money. That's your choice. But don't try to make somebody feel bad because you felt like they missed opportunities. Or they should have done something. How you know they're not making money? How you know somebody else didn't make 50, 60K in another play? You know what I'm saying? How you know somebody wasn't investing in crypto throughout 2021 and had extra dough? You know? I don't care about, I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people care about the money that they made or lost in other plays. I think that people's frustrations is just on AMC. That's what they're talking about. You could still be up in other plays, bro. You could have made 60 to 100K in a different play that was way different than fucking AMC. But you could still be mad at the fact or frustrated at the fact that because of the fact AMC went down. So yeah, that's a clear-cut example. Like, I don't care. Money is money. I could be up in another play and still be down in something else, and I'm still gonna be like, damn, that one, I'm losing money in this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm still up in this one, but I'm still focused on this one. Right? I think that's really all people are saying. So I don't know who's on your ass to make you feel a certain way, but for you to single out apes and retail investors, bro, saying that they did this and that, I'm like, that shit ain't cool. So that's the point that I'm saying. And I still think you need to get the fuck on, regardless. So that's just what it is.